Hello and welcome to our exploration of a material that has captivated humanity for millennia. Glass. It's a substance so ubiquitous, so ingrained in our lives that we often take its wonders for granted. But the story of glass is a fascinating journey through time, beginning not in a workshop, but amidst the fiery heart of volcanoes. You see, glass in its natural form is a product of intense heat and pressure found deep within the earth or unleashed during volcanic eruptions. When molten lava cools rapidly, it sometimes forms a glassy substance called obsidian. This black, glossy material formed from volcanic glass was one of the earliest forms of glass encountered by our ancestors. Imagine early humans, perhaps tens of thousands of years ago, encountering this strange, smooth and sharp-edged material. Obsidian was quickly recognized for its practical value. Its sharp edges made it ideal for tools and weapons, while its reflective surface, when polished, could be used for rudimentary mirrors. Little did they know that this volcanic glass held the key to a material that would shape civilizations to come. For thousands of years, humans utilized naturally occurring glass like obsidian. But then a pivotal discovery occurred, perhaps as early as 5,000 years ago. The exact circumstances remain shrouded in the mists of time, but the most popular theory involves ancient Phoenician traders. Legend has it that they landed on a beach, perhaps somewhere along the Levantine coast, and built a fire for their evening meal. As they cooked, they noticed something peculiar. The sand beneath their fire, combined with the heat and the natron, a naturally occurring sodium carbonate, they used in their cooking, had melted and fused together. Upon cooling, it had transformed into a hard, glassy substance. This, it seems, was the serendipitous beginning of artificial glassmaking. The Phoenicians, ever the astute traders, quickly recognized the potential of this accidental discovery. They began experimenting with different combinations of sand, alkali from plant ash, and lime, eventually mastering the art of creating glass vessels. These early glass objects, while simple, represented a monumental leap forward. No longer were humans limited to naturally occurring glass. They could now create it themselves. Word of this new material and its possibilities spread like wildfire. By 1500 BCE, glassmaking had reached the mighty empires of Mesopotamia and Egypt. The Mesopotamians, renowned for their craftsmanship, excelled in creating intricately decorated glass vessels and beads. Their artisans developed techniques for adding color and opacity to glass, transforming it into a luxury material. Meanwhile, in the land of the pharaohs, glass took on a more regal significance. Egyptian glassmakers, patronized by the pharaohs, created exquisite glass vessels, jewelry, and even inlays for furniture and tombs. The vibrant colors of Egyptian glass, particularly the rich blue and turquoise, were highly prized and continue to captivate us today. Glass, once a humble campfire byproduct, had become a symbol of status and sophistication in the ancient world. Section 4, a breath of innovation, Roman glassblowing and its enduring influence. As the Roman Empire rose to prominence, so too did its mastery of glassmaking. The Romans didn't invent glassblowing, but they revolutionized it. Around the 1st century BCE, Roman artisans perfected the technique of blowing air into molten glass, a seemingly simple innovation that had a profound impact on the world of glass. Glassblowing allowed for the creation of much larger and more intricate glass objects than ever before. Suddenly, glass was no longer limited to small vessels and beads. It could be shaped into windows, bowls, plates, and even complex sculptures. Roman glass houses, like those in Alexandria, became renowned throughout the empire for their exquisite glassware. The Romans also pioneered the use of clear glass, which they achieved by adding manganese dioxide to the mix. This innovation paved the way for the widespread use of glass in windows, allowing light to flood into homes and public buildings for the first time. Section 5, Venetian virtuosos, the Renaissance of glass. The fall of the Roman Empire led to a decline in glassmaking in Western Europe. However, the art of glass continued to flourish in the East, particularly in the Byzantine Empire. By the Middle Ages, the island city of Venice had emerged as a new center of glassmaking excellence. Venetian merchants, with their far-reaching trade networks, brought back glassmaking secrets from the East. The Venetian island of Murano in particular became synonymous with exquisite glasswork. Murano's glassmakers, fiercely protective of their craft, developed new techniques for coloring, shaping and decorating glass. They created millefiori glass with its intricate floral patterns and cristallo, a remarkably clear glass that rivaled rock crystal in its purity. Venetian glass, prized throughout Europe, adorned the tables of kings and queens and became a symbol of wealth and refinement.